to Anime Royalty Radio. My name is Kyrie. I'm taking the Dawn spot today because we're talking about Diablo 2 and how it came back on the system and Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Not bad.
The return of Diablo 2.
But you know we can't just hire a pretty face, so I'm going to need you to do a few things before we can go ahead. Oh, wait, this is a different show. Never mind.
Whoa, where's the casting couch? It's a porn thing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Meanwhile, what's going on behind camera is even scarier.
Yes.
So anyways.
Yeah, we get off topic.
Diablo 2 is now on the systems. I actually just bought it on the Xbox. And what they did is they recreated it to play it like they did with Diablo 3. And I'm hoping that they kind of still stay the same as Diablo 2 when you played it on the computer. Even though, like, the complications with the scrolls and your stamina running out and stuff like that, which you don't have in Diablo 3, but you had in Diablo 2, I kind of hope they keep it because it'd keep it more retro.
Did they do any graphics remastering, or is it just a port over to the new consoles?
I think it's just a port over to new consoles. I've not opened it yet.
No.
Okay.
I can tell you this right now that the game has been rebuilt from the ground up.
Okay, cool.
It's funny how it's still not as good as Diablo 3, though. Like, what
Go
happened
ahead.
there?
That's just obvious that you've never played Diablo 2, so just...
But I don't understand what you're talking about. Like,
Well, I
played Diablo, just
I'm gonna
the
take-
better of the two.
I'm going to take this one from her a little bit there. I mean, at least in Diablo 2, you got the Necromancer class without having to wait for a damn DLC.
Yeah, that was...
But Witch Doctor was so much better than Necromancer.
You have obviously never played Diablo 2.
And for us first-person shooters, what the hell is Diablo 2? Could you?
And
Well, it's an
MMO.
AR RPG. What do you know about those?
Yeah,
They're letters. Do they mean something?
Can I not take a sip of water?
Quick, think of something funny.
Fuck y'all.
Balls. But seriously,
Grandma!
what is
Fuck you!
what is Diablo 2's claim to fame? Like, I've heard of it, but at the same time,
Cal level.
It's 20 years old.
Cal level.
Cal level is awesome. Okay, so like Diablo is what you do is you pick a character.
Right.
And you go on a quest to kill Diablo.
The Lord of Hell.
The Lord of Hell.
So it's a fantasy version of KOTOR.
Okay, so KOTOR's made by BioWare.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo's made by the kings of that genre known as Blizzard.
But both companies are also famous for, taking 10 years to make a game.
Yeah, because we're still...
Not fucking wrong there.
So, they have that in common.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Diablo 4.
Now, I would like to play 2, mainly because in Diablo 3 you fight Belial and Asmodan, but you get to fight Andariel and somebody else in Diablo 2. One of them was the girl demon, the demon of pain. I can't really think of her. And I think it's the Andariel or something. So I would like to fight more of the Lords of Hell. Because I only got to fight 2. Like,
What was that name again?
Huh?
What was that name again?
the Lords of Hell.
No, the name before that.
Daryl?
They did a tribute to it in 3 when they talked about which Lords of Hell were already trapped in the stone when you went for the Soul Stone.
Yeah, her soul's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And her brother. She's got a brother.
Yep.
And I want to fight them. Are they in this game?
Yeah, they're in 2.
Yeah, I might get it so I can kill them.
There you go.
Is it on PC?
I think it's going to be released for PC and all the new gens, plus PlayStation 4 and I think Xbox One. So
Interesting.
I've not played it with the Xbox yet because we just bought it today.
Can I play it on Switch?
I don't know.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We can check though, because you can get Diablo 3 on the Switch now.
Speaking of Switch, still waiting on my Republic Commandos limited run.
Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get it from?
Limited run.
Oh, that answers that question.
Yeah. They said they are still in production, expected by the beginning of 2022.
Well,
I bought it last year. No, did I buy it this year?
This year.
Yes, you
Yeah.
bought it
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
Yeah, but this year.
Did you get the collector edition?
Yes, he
Yes.
got the collector's
The
edition.
collector's edition for Switch.
Didn't that come with like a thermal detonator pin or something?
It came with a thermal detonator pin, a bunch of wall art, some custom posters, steelbook, a whole bunch of stuff.
Now, is it a remaster or just a port? A remake
It's
or
a
port?
graphic enhancement that's going to be on a card that you can actually put into your Switch, other than just downloading the Switch version.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it'll be a very limited run of actual hard copied games.
Interesting. And, you know, speaking of Republic Commando, there's another game being remade.
I guess we're done with Diablo. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
There's a...
Oh,
No, that's Diablo 3.
that's 3.
2.
No, 2.
Our live studio audience isn't as efficient as our normal live studio audience.
This is why he's paid less.
At least that's the only reason.
Not seeing it.
I don't think it has been yet.
Well, Switch always gets stuff late.
Yeah.
Always.
That's just how it goes.
I mean, they just released Kakarot New Power Saga or Power whatever for Switch.
Well, I mean,
So-
and then Diablo 3 on that was, out 2 years before they even got it?
What?
Oh, wow.
we haven't had Diablo 3 long on Switch, I don't think. And
No.
It's only been like 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we won't see that for a while on Switch.
No.
That's a... Sorry, you Switch people.
Is it coming on Switch?
What does it say?
It says Diablo 2 Resurrected, available now, $39.99.
On the Switch.
Yeah, buy digital.
There you go.
Wow.
You can buy it on
me
Switch.
wrong, live studio audience.
I'm not used to
There you go. You can buy it on the Switch.
Ooh, I think
Now
that-
find me an AK under $800. That is your task for the rest of the day. He could probably make one. He just wouldn't sell it to you.
Stop. This is not
Jesus.
Kurt's gun. This is not Kurt's gun images.
Oh my god, where'd we leave off?
Kotar.
Kotor.
Because
KOTOR!
y'all were just like done with
Ugh.
with New Girl here. Just like
New
no.
Girl's gonna be in there with us. She's gonna be in this because you know what New Girl loves that you don't?
Whoa.
Do you know what New Girl loves that you don't, sir?
Whoa.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Granted, Nick may not love it, but he does like good parts of it.
And I
that's true.
respect it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, as a lover of BioWare games,
Now, yes, you're very right
As-
there.
what kind of respect do you have for KOTOR?
Well, out of all the Star Wars games that I have played, KOTOR is one of my favorites, except for the combat system. I did not like that at all.
Right.
That was very
That is
hard.
very, very understandable. And we'll get to that a little bit later.
But I will say this. If it wasn't for KOTOR, I would not have my I should go. Or my space bay, known as Tally.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
It was the building block, the very foundation for Mass Effect.
Yep.
And Dragon Age.
Yes. And Dragon
And
Age.
Dragon Age, which is another very loved BioWare
game.
Bugs and all. Like, sometimes the bugs are my favorite part of them.
Oh, God, yeah. They're hilarious. When Shepard's eyes pop out of his head in Mass Effect 2 and 3, it's just...
We're going this way.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking bug. The one thing that they do when you're talking to somebody and you're having a conversation, you end the conversation, they look first and then turn and walk away. That is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen because nobody actually does that. They just say bye and then look and walk away. They just don't go. It's so fucking weird.
Better than the rotating head glitch.
What? There's so many good glitches.
Mass Effect.
It's like, BioWare is, like, famous for their bugs. Like, I think they do some of them intentionally because
No, they have
they
to.
gotta let some
They
of them
have
slip
to.
through because they're funny. Oh, how'd this get in there? Yeah, we'll get that taken care of real quick. Don't worry.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
But for all the good things that BioWare does, there's a bad habit that all video game companies have been having for the past couple of years now.
Got
and
bought by
that's-
EA.
It's a very bad habit being bought by EA because EA brings the same problems to a lot of games. We're going to give you a base model game and then 30 patches over the lifespan of that game. So you're not even getting the real game unless you have internet. which wasn't a problem with the old Kotor games. You got what you got because you got the game.
Yep.
Because they tested it thoroughly before it was released, and if you found one of those glitches, a lot of times you just dealt with it. Like the original Red and Blue Pokemon.
Yeah.
When you found Missing No, you found an actual glitch that actually was a exploit to actually help you.
Mhm.
Whatever was in your 6th spot of your inventory, you got 99 of whatever was there.
Yep.
So that was something that was good. And then there were some bugs that were bad.
Yeah.
But that's when we were actually testing games to their fullest. We don't do that no more. We throw it out ASAP to get the money.
Yep. So Asper Studios is doing a from the ground up remake of the original KOTOR, and I kind of wanted us. We all have experience with it. We've all got to play it. I kind of like us to talk about things that we liked that we hope transition over, and things that we didn't like that we think that the remake could do without. One being
Combat
for you,
system.
me, and you. Okay. So for those of y'all that do not know, KOTOR is based heavily on tabletop D&D. And there is an invisible pair of dice being rolled for every action that you make. If you use a force power, it rolls dice, and it takes your wisdom and your charisma and combines them together and puts them up against your opponent's stats, and that'll tell how much damage he resists and how much damage he takes. And you basically need a sheet of paper and a pencil or a calculator to play the game or to build your character. And there's so many useless stats like charisma, right, that could just be done away with. It's a very complicated system, and I just do not think that it has aged. It's the only part of the game that I really feel hasn't aged well, because I actually just did a playthrough on it. It took me about 24 hours
It's not a long
total
game.
time to beat the entire game.
It's not a long game.
No.
And the only issue that I have with it is that horrible save roll combat system. Like, get the dice out of here, make it free flow combat, give us a quick menu, kind of like you said, Dragon Age Inquisition. That way we can access our Force Storm, Force Choke, med kits, whatever, and just roll casually, smoothly through the combat. And another thing that was kind of irritating to me personally was the pause on you spotted an enemy.
God, yes.
Oh, you changed targets.
That's another
Your
thing.
teammate died.
Yeah, the pause, no matter what thing you did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course you could turn it off. I guess it was there more to help you, like to plan as things didn't go your way during combat, which if you didn't have a very high grade in algebra or calculus, you were gonna.
Well, not
have
only
a hard
that, it
time
helped
figuring
in
it
weird
out.
strategic situations too, where you'd be walking and maybe an enemy showed up on your right side that you weren't even looking at, and the game would lock on target and then pause.
And then policy.
And then it would take
plan
you.
out actions.
It'd give you a second to be like, okay, there's actually 5 people beside me, not one. I know what to do now.
Yeah, but a lot of times in an RPG, you don't need that.
No, you really don't, but it did have small advantages to it. It wasn't completely useless, but it was useless enough to where we don't need it anymore.
Now, how many here have played Dragon Age Inquisition? You have. The Don has, who's now our live studio audience for right now. You have, right? You have not?
No,
He's a Mass Effect guy.
But I thought he's played some.
solely Mass Effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just me and you.
Just me and you, buddy.
You do know that if you hit, I think it was on PlayStation 4, if you hit the little mouse pad thing up top, I can't remember what it was called. It was like where you can actually, the D-pad up top.
Yeah.
It actually allowed you to pause the actual combat. It come up to a top-down view, and you can actually portray the battlefield. So you can see how
give you the
many-
landscape layout. Yeah, okay.
So that was something that
Yeah, I know what you're talking
BioWare did to kind of give a nod back to that old style. So you could see, hey, I have 6 or 7 rage demons here. I have a pride demon in front of me. I need to map this out.
Yep.
That was something that they did, and that's something that they worked on to actually change that process. That's done better in that situation.
Yes.
That's where it's done better.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give us that in KOTOR.
But then again, Dragon Age Inquisition is like
14 years ahead of its time, ahead of KOTOR. 'Cause KOTOR
Right.
came out in 2000, if I'm not mistaken.
early 2000s.
Yes.
Early 2000s. And if you're curious about KOTOR before it's been remade, if you've never played it, it is available on is it EA Play or Xbox Game Pass?
EA Play, but I
It
do
is on
know
EA
this
Play.
for a fact. If you have an Xbox One with a disc drive, and I think even with the Xbox Series X, if you have an actual hard copy of the original game, you pop that into it, it will automatically read it, put it on your hard drive, and you can play it that way.
Boom.
It is backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And they have 2 games. They have the first one and the second one. They both played almost about exactly the same.
Yep. And the great thing about them is even with this much time, it's still heralded as one of the greatest Star Wars stories ever told. It is just the cast of characters. Of course, our girl Jennifer Hale,
Yes,
voicing
she was in it.
Bastila Shan.
Yep.
Yeah, you know who that is. Look at
Yeah,
it.
we know. No, that's female shepherd right there.
Yeah,
And then-
except she voiced Spartan Palmer, and that was her downfall.
And she also voiced one of the characters in Diablo 3.
Yeah, the girl, Deckard's niece.
Yep.
Oh.
What's
Remember,
her face?
because I said that to you. And for people who've played Dragon Age, the guard at the beginning of the town that you first run to in Diablo 3,
Yeah.
that's Colin. That's Commander Colin. Remember, because I
Yeah.
told you that. I said, he sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm
That's,
sitting there playing. Oh, I know that voice.
it's like, that's Commander
That's
Colin.
why I had to have him pick out David Hayter.
Yeah, because I'm
Or
like,
Swell
that's
Jordan.
fucking Solid Snake.
Yeah,
Solid
where's my
Snake.
cardboard box. Oh, it's under the table.
Don't tempt me.
But yeah, man, like KOTOR has like spawned the it was like the foundation for Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and with Mass Effect getting its legendary collection, I felt like they felt that they needed to go back to the beginning, back to remaster that, and I just hope that they keep a few things intact and maybe change a few things that I feel or that a lot of people feel are outdated, because like I said, the combat system hasn't aged very well, but the
No.
story was phenomenal. I mean, that's why the game is so loved.
Now,
And as long as you keep, point A and point B in the story, I don't care how we get there. You can change the ride all you want.
are you sure about that? Because
Uh,
you know who owns Star Wars now.
Exactly. And that's...
which is why I have hope, because there is a chance, and I would like to see them do it. I'd like to see them do it in a Fallen Order style video game.
Oh, I don't
Give it
know
the KOTOR
about
story.
that.
But give you the free roam ability
I agree
to
with
be
the
able
free
to,
roam.
to change any class, character, or anything that you want, and then have the skill trees to go along with it. The only thing that they're going to have to incorporate in is the skill points.
Can I have my companion?
Oh yeah, yeah, like BB.
Because I gotta have my HK-47.
That's not a gun. That's a character.
Are you sure? Because that's a real gun.
It's a real gun. I
Okay.
know, but
I was like,
that's
no, wait a minute.
character.
When's the last time Obi-Wan
Declaration.
used the HK?
I just want to be able to use a lightsaber to actually split somebody to half and not just be a club.
Well,
Split-
Disney
Well-
is involved, so it's that's probably not gonna happen.
That can't always happen, because if your enemy has a higher stat than you can't just have a dominating weapon 24/7.
It's a laser sword. It's not a bat.
That works good story-wise, not video game-wise.
So here's my problem with this. This is the same thing that we kind of ran into when we talked about Dead Space.
Right.
Mm.
Who owns BioWare?
Batman.
Yay.
Batman might own EA. We don't know.
He's
I
got
don't
the
think he'd
money.
make this kind of stupid decisions. So we know for a fact that BioWare is owned by EA.
Right.
We know for a fact that BioWare right now has had 2 bad reps on their thing, and thank God for the Legendary Edition coming out to save their asses. Literally, it was in articles that if the Legendary Edition did not do good, BioWare was going to go under.
Mm.
I didn't know they were that.
Oh, because of the way the Mass Effect Andromeda was basically handled,
Mhm.
it fucked everything up.
Oh, wow.
Because here's what happened. 2014, Dragon Age Inquisition won Game of the Year. They were like, oh, yeah, y'all did such a good job. And they were like, do it again. Mass Effect, though. Problem was, they gave them shitty engine to work with, because what they were trying to do was make it run on the Frostbite engine, and I could have it backwards. It was either Unreal or Frostbite. What they were trying to build was not working on that. And instead of fixing that, they said, make it work. That's the reason why they had so many problems with the facial glitches when Andromeda first came out. With it having poor reception, too, at the first of that, Andromeda bombed, basically. Now, it has.
I do remember that.
Now, I will say this. Since Legendary Edition has came out, Andromeda sales have went up.
Was Andromeda part of the Legendary?
No, because it takes
It was
place
just 1, 2, and
600
3, right?
years in the future.
Guys,
Okay.
let's not forget how much of a bomb Anthem was.
That's what I was getting to
How
next.
do you recover from that?
The next one was Anthem. Anthem was supposed to be a loot game like Destiny,
Yep.
and it failed horribly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it failed horribly. So BioWare's on the fence like bad. So the only 2 games that they have going for them right now is Mass Effect Legend Edition. Dragon Age 4 if they don't mess that up. And they have people falling from that. Like now, I'm reading on there, the game director is leaving, and they had this guy leave.
Oh dang.
So I understand
That's not a good sign.
right. I understand Asper is doing this, just like the other people were doing Dead Space. Though, how much is EA going? You can do this. You can do this. No, you can't fucking do that.
And especially if Disney's on the other,
other
side.
side.
Like, oh no,
Oh,
you
two
can't.
hands
you
at once.
So how much are they going to actually give them creative freedom to actually change this game, and how much are they going to be told you need to do this?
Let's hope they don't. Let's hope they're smart enough to realize that it's so loved because of what it was, and going in and change. Because I mean, it didn't have, but I mean, it didn't have the things that Mass Effect has. Like, it didn't have the sex, and it didn't have the. I mean, it was a very mild game. It was just good because it was fun. It was a good story to play through,
and it had Star Wars. At the time, we had no RPG Star Wars game,
exactly.
and everybody
you had character
wanted it.
customization. You started thrown into this plot. Oh my God, we're on a ship. We're under attack by Darth Malak. What do we do? Oh, we escape. Oh no, oh, we found Bastila. What do we do now? Oh, well, now you're going to Dantooine to become a Jedi. This is sweet. Like, this is, this is awesome.
And then it even had the weird, what a twist
Yeah.
at the end, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to keep the story, man.
Yeah. I was wondering what you were doing. I thought you were trying to make me noodles.
I'm like, yes, right.
Oh, was he?
I thought he was trying to make me
Drama
noodles.
Um,
I thought,
nom.
nom?
Nom nom.
Nom nom.
Yeah, but if Disney has any part in it, it's not gonna be anything like the original.
But that's the thing. The original,
If they're smart, they will.
it wasn't overly violent.
True.
It wasn't overly sexual.
Nope.
It was just a standard, ordinary game with an incredible story. And
But that being said, Disney does have a habit of ruining good stories just to put in whatever their agenda of the week is.
yeah, could you add
and
like,
political.
To be honest, Nintendo was really good about the Pokemon stuff. They make a remake of a Pokemon game, same story, updated graphics, same Pokemon. You get what you wanted as a kid, but now as an adult. Whereas Disney's like, no, we're going to tell you what you want, and we'll loosely base it around the original material.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Why? Because we know you'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Beauty and the Beast?
Oh,
Am I
goodness.
wrong?
Don't touch on Beauty and the Beast.
See, I'm right.
Oh goodness, was it a tale as old as time? So is Star Wars.
Okay, but I fully agree that Disney messed up Star Wars.
Yeah, we've all seen the last movie.
So wait a minute. Disney owns Beauty and the Beast, and Disney owns
Disney
Star
owns the
Wars.
world.
So is there a chance that canonically the Beast might be part Wookiee? Think about it. Because
It'll be there.
all Disney worlds are connected.
You'll see Zalbar putting on a purple cape, being like, "Hey, I got to run to the other set. I'll be right back." Yep, I see it.
Gaston wore red. He was a Sith Lord.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind here.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense.
It's all coming together. I'm glad we could figure it out here together.
Yes.
Damn, we should be on with Matt Pat.
But no, I do. That's my biggest fear with this. As much
Yeah.
as we love,
That is
I
a
love
big fear
Dead
of mine.
Space and everything like that. I've told my fears about Dead Space in the last episode.
Well, the best thing going for Dead Space is that Disney's nowhere near it.
Yeah, but EA's near it because it's owned by EA.
Yeah.
That's scary as well.
That is true.
As long as they don't make the same mistakes they did in 3 with microtransactions to get equipment and material for bigger guns.
I think EA is slowly starting to learn microtransactions is not the way to go. Granted, it may not be what they want to hear because they make more money off microtransaction games, but I think they're slowly starting to realize that it's not what real gamers want.
And you know what might actually happen if we get a very, 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 very good reaction out of this KOTOR remake?
A remake for part 2?
Not only a remake for part 2.
Half-Life 3?
My
Wow,
God.
you're really reaching.
Yeah, you're really fucking reaching there.
I'll show you the math later.
No, we finally might get a console release and a remake for KOTOR 3. Remember? It was an MMO only.
Yeah, SWOTOR. Yes, that's absolutely right. Yeah, so you have KOTOR 1, the story of Revan, and you have KOTOR 2, the story of the Exile with Darth Nihilus. Yeah, badass dude, cool mask.
Hungry man.
So which one was the Old Republic?
So the Old Republic is the MMO. It's part 3.
Okay, so that's 3.
That's the one I was
Yup.
showing you
The
in
Dark-
there. It continues the story. Like Revan is actually in the. It's based a few. Satil Shan is like a descendant of Bastila, who is the Jedi in the original KOTOR. So it is directly related, and Revan is actually in the game. So it is, it's an incredible. I feel like it's one of the best Star Wars games ever made because I mean it's like that BioWare game. But the only thing is it's an MMO, and you got to spend the first 50 levels playing with other people online. So if that's not your thing, like now, granted, they did come back in later with their expansions and made it more single player.
Yep.
Like made it more like you can just create a boosted character and go straight to the single player stuff, and
But-
play like a traditional Dragon Age or Mass Effect game, except Star Wars.
So you wouldn't have to grind if you're doing single player.
Exactly.
But computer.
Computer only. It is
PC
PC only, and I feel like if KOTOR is received well, it could lead to maybe drawing more attention to KOTOR 2 and SWOTOR, because I'm telling you, like, we are in the age of the MMO, man. There's like a new MMO made and released every couple months. Like,
Sad.
It's almost like nobody's asking for them.
nobody is asking for. That's the problem. Nobody's asking
Like
for it.
BRs right now.
What?
Like BRs right now. Battle Royales.
Oh,
Yeah, those
you
are
said
were
battle
too.
rifles. I was like, everybody wants one of those.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants one of those. I'm talking about Battle Royale.
Yeah, battle royales are oversaturated as hell.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you only release, if you're like, oh, look, I got this game, all right? And I'm going to release it on
Game.
PC.
PC.
Game on PC.
Game on
Okay.
PC.
Okay?
In PC.
Only people
In
with
PC.
PC can play that game.
Yeah.
So,
You buy. You own PC. You buy.
Wow. Right? Right? So
yeah.
you've already stopped. You've already hit yourself.
But granted, everybody is seeing PC as the new gaming system. Everybody's calling the PC the new wave of gaming.
Yeah, let me spend $3,000 on a fucking PC system.
The point being,
And then 500 to 800 to a grand, on it every fucking couple months just to upgrade your
Graphics card.
PC to keep it up to date. Like, it's ridiculous. Just buy a PS5, save us all the trouble.
but the same thing was said
If
about
they make 'em in
technology in
time.
the past, where that's a giant TV, that's frivolous. Who needs a TV that big? And by today's standards, we can get a TV for almost nothing because we mass produced it to the point where it's not worth that much.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Computers will get to the same aspect because there's so much more that can be done with computers than just buy sell consoles that are pre-made.
You're right, but you're not right. Yes, you can, but the problem is graphic cards keep getting updated like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy that updated graphics card that finally went on sale and it's only $200 instead of the $500, the game that you want to play on it,
You need the new
You need the new
$500
one.
card.
Right.
Like,
The point is not to get in now. I'm saying that now that it's getting the attention and people are producing stuff like that, it won't be another 2 years until there's an Apple of graphics cards and they're like, oh, we're going to make a 10-year leap in graphics cards and then hold that for 5 years and then make another 10-year leap and hold that for 5 years.
yeah. But if Apple gets a hold of something like this,
I don't mean Apple. I mean Apple.
I know. But if some company gets a hold of that, it's going to be a $1,500 graphic card, and nobody's going to shell out the money for that, especially if they just spent $45,000 on a fucking hard drive.
Have you seen what people pay for?
Oh
for
yes,
phones?
I have. They're crazy.
And right now, there's a shortage in electronic equipment like semiconductors to make those things.
That's true too.
Or maybe we'll go back to the Stone Age.
Oh.
Gaming laptops are only capped out at a certain storage. That's why most people build computers from the ground up.
Yep.
Talking about like the old gateway with the big tower.
Yeah, that's what he's got in there now.
See, that's what I played Duke Nukem 3D or Duke Nukem on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but
What
they
did you
have that
pay
on the
Diablo
game-
2 on?
Gateway.
You played the cow level on the cow PC?
That's meta as fuck.
Cowception. I like it.
And then they had Cal level on Diablo 3 too. So.
Yeah.
There was no cow level.
Oh, okay.
It was rainbows and unicorns and teddy bears.
The Witcher paid homage to that.
The cows, yes, they did.
The demon cow.
Okay, so you're totally not understanding. There's a rumor in the first Diablo game that there was a cow level. There was no cow level. So in Diablo 2, they made a cow level, and it's super fucking hard.
Like Colossus, there being a 13th Colossus, but there's not.
In
Yeah.
Shadow of Colossus?
Yeah.
There wasn't 13?
No.
Oh,
There's
wow.
only 12, and there was a rumor of a 13th one. That was a mystery.
I was almost sure it was
It
real.
wasn't real, but then they found out there was a secret garden built into the game.
Okay, with that, and you're going to take us out. Go for
Yeah.
it, new girl.
Yeah, take us out for
Come
dinner.
on, knock it out. Knock it out. Come on.
And that's all for our gaming segment. Please like, subscribe, and watch. Thank you.
Comment.
Comment. See?
After you watch.
After you watch.